Rudolph, Frosty, the Grinch, Carlie Brown. These are just a few of the classic Christmas tales that have graced TV screens for decades, delighting millions of people every year as the holidays roll around. I've talked before about how these holiday classics aren't exactly considered classics where I'm from. You'll find people that are aware of them and have seen them referenced all over the place, that's for sure, but they just aren't cultural mainstays the same way they are in the US. In fact, you might find it difficult to find people in my country that have actually watched these. Now me, I'm a colossal geek, so over the years I have watched them all. But I have also watched some of the other ones. For every timeless holiday classic, there are examples of also delightful but smaller specials, like say the Garfield Christmas specials, or maybe even Yogi's First Christmas for some people. And then there are the other ones. The weird ones. We've already covered the infamous Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer on this channel before, but this year I managed to dig up 3 strange little Christmas specials that I thought we'd take a look at. Will they make us go ho 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 or oh no no? Well, there's only one way to find out. We'll begin back in the ancient 80s with Christmas in Tatter Town, created by none other than Ralph Bakshi. Yes, Fritz the Cat Ralph Bakshi. World's first X-rated cartoon Ralph Bakshi. The Ralph Bakshi who made movies whose titles I can't say out loud on YouTube. That man made a children's Christmas special. It begins with a narrator introducing us to a young girl named Debbie and her stuffed toys, Dog and Muffet. One day, Debbie finds a weird book that transports the 3 of them to a mysterious place called Tatter Town, inhabited by a ton of wacky-looking Fleischer-style cartoon characters. Once there, Muffet and Dog instantly spring to life, and Muffet, who is tired of being Debbie's plaything, runs off to live on her own. And if that seems a little confusing to you, don't worry about it. We're about to have it all explained by Keith David.
Tattertown is the elephant's graveyard for junk, where all forgotten objects come to rest. But as you can see, nothing rests around here. Yes, sir, Tattertown's a cool gig for everybody.
In my mind, this is now a They Live sequel, where Frank finds his own pair of shades, and now he can see all the long-term effects of all the alien-mandated consumerism. Well, that or Roddy Piper just hit him one too many times in the head, and this is all a coma dream. It sure feels like one. So like I said, Muffet is sick of being Debbie's favorite dolly and runs away, which of course greatly upsets Debbie, who chases her all over the place with no luck.
Flippity gibbet! She got away again! And you weren't much help.
I'm sorry.
Sweet mother of Christ, child! What manner of helpies did you summon that produces wailings worse than the cries of thousands of tortured souls? I mean, holy shit, the dog gets one line in this special, and you use it on that noise? Also, again? So, what, have they been here for a while? I mean, I'm 4 minutes in and I'm already completely lost. I guess they must have been, because they introduced the third main character, Harvey, who seems to be some kind of torn ragdoll since his limbs keep falling off, as if we should already know who he is. Anyway, Debbie then goes on to explain why she wants Muffet back so badly.
What I can remember when I got her for Christmas.
What's a Christmas?
What? You mean you don't know what Christmas is?
Wait, can we just stop and appreciate the fact that this child character sounds almost exactly like a fully grown Karen who's 1 second away from exploding at the grocery store? So Debbie decides to teach Harvey what Christmas is by trying to find some random Christmas junk somewhere in Tattertown. Meanwhile, Muffet, now calling herself Muffet the Merciless, has fallen in with a spider named Sydney, voiced by Charlie Adler by the way, who takes her to the dreaded Deadster Zone.
The Deadster Zone. Hang out for war toys, TV sets, and other unsavory characters.
Alright, I admit that does sound pretty scary. I'm not sure I want to know what the mind behind Heavy Traffic considers an unsavory character. Once here, Muffet is quick to establish her dominance, basically making henchmen out of every living thing in the Deadster Zone with a passionate speech. Huh. Didn't I see this exact scene parodied like 1 episode ago? Debbie and Harvey, meanwhile, actually do find a Christmas wreath, which inspires Debbie to once again try to explain to the Tattertown residents what Christmas is all about.
Christmas is caroling in the snow and candy canes. Decorating the tree. And on Christmas morning, we run downstairs and open our presents.
Oh my god, that's horrifying! I mean, imagine this. Imagine you're opening a present and out bursts this giant child that just grabs you like that. I mean, if this is what Christmas looks like from the toys' perspective, I'm starting to see why Muffet keeps running away. In order to help, Harvey then decides to introduce Debbie to someone named Herbert Tenenbaum, who just so happens to actually be a discarded Christmas tree. Not that he's aware of that fact though, considering he turns out to be, well...
Christmas tree, hey, what do I know about Christmas? I'm a shopkeeper. I sell comic books. You wanna buy a nice magazine?
A giant raging Jewish stereotype, of course.
Being the official tree in the town square is quite an honor.
Anna Schmana, I'm a busy man.
But there's no competition.
No. Hurry, hey. Well, missy, you've talked me into it. Where do I sign, huh? Let me shake limbs with you. I always wanted to be on Monopoly.
Feel free to insert your own jokes about Jews and money here. And then feel awful about it like you fucking should. Muffet, however, has sent a little fly to spy on them, and upon hearing what Debbie is planning, she decides to send 2 more henchmen to put a stop to it. I'm not even entirely sure what the hell happens next here, but I think one of the 2 henchmen is so overjoyed by the sight of Christmas stuff that he gets all electrified, and that somehow makes the 2 of them glow, and then they accidentally land on top of Herbert, and now they're the star on the tree? This special is very strange. Either way, we get to see Muffet simply enjoying herself while waiting for her spies to return.
Oh, my favorite cuisine, tobacco pie.
Or as I like to call it, the Joe Cocker special. What? It gave him an amazing singing voice! The news of her spies failing pisses Muffet off something fierce, and she decides to take matters into her own hands. She promptly dresses up in a Santa suit, dresses Sydney up like a reindeer, uses the fly to fly to Tattertown with tons of her henchmen, all to destroy Debbie's Christmas before it can even happen. Not that it's happening in any hurry anyway, cause the residents still don't quite seem to get it regardless of how hard Debbie tries to explain it.
It's a very special time once a year when all the people stop working and playing, yelling, or fighting. They stop all the mistrust and all their unkind deeds for this one special day. Christmas Day.
Good. Stand back!
Now remember, children, if diplomacy doesn't work, try violently killing them! Just then, Muffet and her army arrives. And so does the real Santa Claus, literally out of fucking nowhere. This causes Muffet to turn around in order to chase him, and all of her henchmen to turn around and fly into each other as well.
Alright, this is Christmas. I love aerial dogfights.
Not exactly, Harvey.
Okay, that's actually pretty funny. In a last-ditch attempt to awaken the Christmas spirit in people, Debbie puts on a record of Dreaming of a White Christmas. And apparently that song gets everyone so sappy so fast that they immediately stop fighting and drop Muffet off in the jailhouse.
Now I've got you, Muffet! Now you can be my dolly again!
And so everyone in Tattertown learns the true meaning of Christmas. I think it's not really clear. Nothing in this damn thing is. Honestly, Christmas in Tattertown leans really close to just being a straight-up incomprehensible mess. It's paced super awkwardly, whatever moral is trying to pull is completely lost, and Debbie really comes off more as an entitled brat than some innocent girl who's just trying to introduce Christmas to people. I also just don't really get Tattertown. If it's supposed to be a place where forgotten things end up, then what the hell is that thing? And that thing? And this thing? Although, I guess the fact that I don't know what they are means that I must have forgotten them, and that's why they're there in the first place. Oh my god, I just blew my own mind. That's not to say there isn't some fun to be had here, though. A sharp-eyed viewer might notice cameos from a bunch of old-school forgotten cartoon characters in Tattertown, such as Flip the Frog and Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. And I'd be lying if I said that Muffet isn't an incredibly entertaining character. The most interesting thing about Tattertown, though, is that it's actually a pilot produced for Nickelodeon that didn't pan out. That's right, ladies, gentlemen, and all others. What you just watched was almost the very first official Nicktoon, 3 years before Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, and Doug came along. Even just trying to imagine what a full show based on this malarkey would even look like is making my head spin. So, you know what? Let's just move on to the next special. Next up, we have 1995's Jingle Bell Rock, produced by Deke Entertainment. Here we find Santa in a bit of a bind. Apparently all of his giving away presents for free nonsense has finally caught up to him, and according to his accountant, he is knee-deep in debt.
Now you know why I've been telling you to expand the naughty list. No, not you. Mr. Forgiveness, you're still giving presents to Madonna.
Well, she gave me sex and erotica, so I thought it was only fair I gave a little bit back. Also, now you've made me really curious about this naughty list. What exactly did these kids do that even Santa can't forgive? Meanwhile, in the Christmas music department run by a mean elf named Art and his dumb assistant Richie, a young elf named Buddy is working on a new Christmas song, though Art doesn't think they need any new ones. At least not until Buddy suggests going to Hollywood to become a music star, so they can make a ton of money in order to help Santa pay off his debts. Money that Art naturally wants in on. And so off the three of them go to make it big in the music biz. They naturally find themselves a bit culture shocked once face to face with 90s Hollywood's hustle and bustle, but at least Richie seems to be enjoying himself.
How'd you like to deck the halls with those, huh, Art? She'd get awfully cold at the North Pole.
Well, we're 7 minutes in, and this is already the horniest Christmas special I've ever seen.
Show me a sprig of mistletoe.
Second horniest. Truly, this is wholesome family fun. Ah, man, let's just keep watching Jingle Bell Rock. After a few failed attempts, the gang comes across a talent show called Star Seekers, which is conveniently taking auditions for a Christmas-themed season.
Please stay in line and kindly remember our rules. No shoving, backstabbing, sabotaging, undermining, plagiarizing, and of course, no smoking.
Well, that leaves out 3/4 of the entire industry.
But you're forgetting Christmas. If we win, the $100,000 prize will help Santa save Christmas.
Whoa, let me stop you there. The prize money is $100,000. You're planning, with just $100,000, to pay off Santa's debt, produce at least one toy for every child in every Christian household on planet Earth, well, except those three, they know damn well what they did, with all expenses paid, and, I hope, paying the elves for all their hard work. You better hope those kids are way into pet rocks this year, dude.
I got a rock.
While they're waiting, Buddy overhears a girl named Holly singing to herself and decides to compliment her for her beautiful voice.
You're good. Really good.
Thanks. Nice costume.
No, seriously, how do you do that shrink down to 2 feet tall thing? I want to try it for my Wasp cosplay. With a little help from Buddy, Holly gets over her stage fright and absolutely crushes the audition. Which I'm sure has nothing to do with the fact that her uncle is the producer of the show. But to her credit, she demands to get absolutely no special treatment, which her uncle does agree to. Art and Richie, who I remind you want the money for themselves, decide to sabotage Buddy's audition and go on themselves. And they are predictably absolutely awful, though curiously they still get picked for the show. Depressed about this, Buddy is about to go home. And while Buddy is waiting for the bus, we get the most genuinely sweet scene in the special when an excited kid tells him about his plans for Christmas, as well as his lucky baseball glove.
Do you have a lucky glove?
I don't have a lucky anything right now.
Here.
Huh? What's this for?
A Christmas present.
I can't take this.
It's okay. I asked Santa for a new lucky glove. He always comes through. Merry Christmas!
I'm not even trying to make a joke here, I genuinely think that's a very sweet scene. Inspired by the kid's selflessness, Buddy decides that he should at the very least help Art and Richie win. Not that they care since they immediately throw a song away. Luckily, it ends up with Holly, who thinks it's awesome and suggests the two of them sing it together.
5 minutes to showtime, Ms. Labello. And remember, we're live, so no fainting, sweating, swearing, rude gesturing, and of course, make sure you're all zipped up.
Actually, I think failing that last one might boost your ratings. Or at the very least attract TMC. But of course, more problems arise. Holly overhears her uncle saying that he hired Art and Richie to rig the contest by making sure Holly had no real competition, which causes her to refuse to go on stage. And since Art and Richie are now cheating with a pre-recorded version of Jingle Bells, it's starting to look like a surefire win for the two of them. Holly angrily tells the producer to put Buddy on stage instead of her, but he absolutely refuses to do it without her. And so Buddy and Holly go on stage. Oh, I finally got that hearty freaking har. And what do you know? Everyone loves the song.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ringing. Snowing and blowing the bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun.
So there you have it. Those are the true origins of the song Jingle Bell Rock. First performed in 1995 by Buddy the Elf and Holly Labello. And with that I will... Oh, hold on a second, that's my phone. Oh, it's my research team. Hello? What the fuck is a Bobby Helms? And with that, Buddy wins the money and is promoted to head of the music department. Art and Richie end up working in the reindeer stables, and Santa is able to give presents to all the children after all. And yes, that does include the kid from the bus stop. That's nice. And apparently that's how the music producer saved Christmas.
And so that's how I saved Christmas. What do you mean it sounds like I'm taking too much credit? That's what producers do.
Considering that this guy is voiced by none other than Mr. Television himself, Milton Berle, I'm starting to think he's speaking from experience. That was Jingle Bell Rock, and well, to be fair, it wasn't anywhere near as strange as Tatter Town. It's just a simple story with a cute moment here and there. The reason I find it so weird is that I just don't understand who the hell thought Jingle Bell Rock needed an origin story. But hey, we live in a world where Grandma got run over by a reindeer got a goddamn movie adaptation, so what do I know? But time goes on, and by 2003, someone was clearly tired of us pasty white kids having all the fun. And so Night Before Christmas, a more urban Christmas tale, was created. And it was produced by such famous rappers as, Earthquake and Charlie 2NA. Who? This is not me trying to be funny or disrespect these artists in any way, I assure you. I just genuinely have never heard of these people in my life. I can't say that inspires confidence. Anyway, in this special, we meet Elvin, a newly hired elf who thinks Christmas is played out and quickly gets fired for putting modern beat machines into the little toy drums. But that's perfectly fine with Elvin, cause he'd much rather be a rapper anyway.
I'm young and I'm strong, I got flow and I'm dapper. That's why I've decided to become a rapper. With my talent and smarts, I control the top 40. Just keep your eyes on the charts for the one called Slim Shorty.
Oh, did I forget to tell you that the whole special is told in rhyme? Because the whole special is told in rhyme. I don't want to be that guy, but can we take a moment to think about the fact that the main character of this Christmas special, which is definitely primarily made for a black audience, takes his stage name from the world's most famous white rapper? I don't know, just kind of picking up some mixed stuff here. Once arriving in Portland, Elvin soon befriends a dog named Pup Daddy, yeah, no points for guessing the reference, who inexplicably hangs out with a lawn gnome named Seamus. Once introduced, the gang then heads off to pick up Pup Daddy's girlfriend Jello from the club where she works. Jello? What the hell kind of name is Jello? Oh, I get it. J-Lo. Very clever. At the club, the four of them end up putting up a show together, which catches the attention of a particular producer.
Allow me to make myself known to you all. Mephistopheles Beelzebarabicus Saul.
Well, you seem perfectly trustworthy. I'm gonna call you Sully. So Sully offers the group a record deal and they all eagerly sign. Which then prompts an 80-second long musical number set to recycle footage that recaps the first 6 minutes of the special. You know, in case the viewer just can't keep up with this super intricate plot. Predictably, Sully and his daughter Evelina, man, they're not even trying with these names, are total horrendous slave drivers. Elvin sort of tries to charm his way in with them by asking Evelina what she wants for Christmas. And probably gets this hilarious response.
I got no time for Christmas. Daddy buys what I like. If you get a hit, I'll get 40 new bikes. I'll ride them all once, then I'll throw them away. And that happens all year, not just on Christmas Day.
And wouldn't you know it, when Sully reveals that their first record sold like hotcakes, in she rides on a new bike that she immediately throws away. Not gonna lie, that's pretty funny. Unfortunately, Sully is basically keeping them as slaves, taking them on a tour that lasts all through Christmas. And while on the road, the gang watches a press conference where Santa cancels Christmas, since all the elves are out of commission due to a mysterious flu spreading like wildfire on the North Pole. Nope! No! We're not going there! As the band sees this, they start to reminisce about childhood Christmases, and Elvin starts to ponder if he might have been a little bit selfish. Or, excuse me, unelfish, as the special puts it.
Me and Santa butt heads, that's a natural fact. But in this whole world, there's no classier act. I've never known anyone quite so unselfish. Could it be I've been acting a little unelfish?
Well, Elvin decides that since he's the only elf left standing, he has to save Christmas. But after another 75-second long musical intermission, he gets locked up with the rest since Sully won't let them quit the tour. Managing to escape and call some reindeer on Sully's phone, the gang heads straight to the North Pole, only realizing halfway there that they've got Evelina on board. After literally just one glance at Santa's workshop, Evelina completely turns a new leaf and whips up a cold cure she learned from her mother, curing all the elves and bringing toy production back up to speed. She even helps deliver them all, but still requests that they go save her father too. In a not even remotely cliched move, they give Sully a toy he had as a kid, a little toy drum, that inspired him to produce music in the first place, thus instantly turning him good as well. For his bravery, Elvin is then declared head elf, and the story ends with a song titled after the special.
It's the night before Christmas, so get in the flow.
And it's god-awful.
Somebody say Christmas time. Christmas time. I say Christmas time. Christmas time. I say Christmas time.
It's breakfast time. Breakfast time. Breakfast time. Breakfast time.
So now that we've circled all the way back to Nickelodeon, I think it's time we stop, but holy crap, what a ride. These aren't necessarily the worst Christmas specials out there. We're not quite in Christmas Tree or Rhapsody Street Kids territory, but they really are pretty bizarre. When the most straightforward one is the one about an elf who's trying to win a song contest in Hollywood, you've really entered wacky land. And knowing just how many Christmas specials exist out there, I probably haven't even scraped the surface of all the weird shit you can find. Their hearts are clearly in the right place though, and each of them do have a moment or two that provide genuine entertainment, be that a fun character, a heartwarming moment that recalls the point of the holiday, or even just the occasional actually pretty funny joke. Still, don't hold your breath. These aren't joining the ranks of the holiday classics anytime soon. But with that said, I just hope you guys had at least a little bit of fun watching them with me, and that you all had the happiest and safest of holidays. See you next year everybody, and bye bye! Whew, if you're watching this, I just barely managed to get a Christmas video out on time, so thanks a ton for watching and I hope you had the happiest of holidays. If you liked the video, don't forget to click the like button and tell me in the comments what some of your favorite holiday specials are, whether they're old classics or weirder, smaller ones. I'm all ears. As per usual, special thanks go out to Eli Cat, Silvermoon Ravenwolf, and Warren Miller, as well as all my other patrons. You all made this year and this Christmas a little bit brighter for me, that's for damn sure. And if you want to support me as well, you can find links to my Patreon and Ko-fi pages in the description below, along with a link to my Discord server, which you're more than welcome to join. If you happen to be new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to get even more crazy nerdy videos in 2021. See you on the other side, everybody. Bye bye.